1. Let's get it.
Welcome to the Dynasty Total Access. It's your boy Expert. With me as always, it's the homie Farquhar. What's up, my dude?
What's going on, Expert? How you doing, my friend?
Man, just got back from a long trip.
Safe travel. I'm glad you got safe, boss.
Man, appreciate that. Good to be home. Man, we had an exciting week 15 in the Dynasty.
No doubt.
We had some teams got booted from the playoffs. And we got some teams that got a spot secured. We'll talk about that when we get to those games. And we have one defending champion that says there's still a chance. Farquhar and I will talk about that when we get to his game. First up, though, it's SJ and the Cardinals versus underrated in the Redskins. Now, the Redskins coming off a win versus the Eagles, which I think, Farquhar, you picked the Redskins to win that ball game. That was a good pick.
Oh, yeah.
I picked the Eagles. He let me down, which he's been doing that all year, so might as well be consistent.
Pretty much.
This week is going to be a tough call. I think this is one of those coin flips for us. And I'm going to take SJ and the Cardinals in this one over the Redskins.
I didn't really watch too much film on SJ this year. I really didn't do my scouting against him either when he blew me out the water the way he did. But SJ, he pretty much plays one particular style. He likes fast receivers. And with that, it's either dink and dunk or he will toss that thing down the field. His plan, and he runs that wildcat to fucking perfection for the most part. So with all those factors, it's SJ's a difficult opponent. I think underrated have a tough time against him. I'm going with the homie SJ with the win.
SJ with the win. All right, next up it's H-Speed and the Titans with that filthy run game going against the Colts, which, man, Bush just don't play defense.
No, he don't.
No, H-Speed fitting to run all over him. Titans with an easy win.
We ain't gonna waste too much time on this pick, man. Titans with the win.
All right, next up it's C-Rob going against the commish, Dion with those Falcons. Now, somebody, I'm not gonna say no names, called Dion out last week and said he was gonna give up 50. So the homie Dion took that personally, played some really, really good defense, just couldn't get anything going on the offensive side of the ball. Once he figures that offense out, I think the Falcons going to be dangerous. But he gets C-Rob this week in the Panthers. Nah, forget that. I'm going with the homie Dion and the Falcons. He got to get him a win. Let's go, Dion.
Man, I put my foot in my mouth. And Dion definitely, he showed out. And had me looking like a fool. Shouts out to Dion. Dion, I mean, I won't ever go pick too many games against Dion, because Dion, I mean, he's got a banner hanging up in Atlanta over there. He's got a banner. He's a very good player. I'll never forget the very first time I played Dion. I think he scored like 50 points on me. So Dion's not a bad player at all. He's getting his personnel right, and C-Rob's a very good player also. Like I said last week, it's like an up or down. Last episode, it's he's either good or he's bad. I'm not going against Dion this week, man. I'm not doing it. I'm not feeding him none of that. Nope. Dion with the win this week. Falcons.
Dion with the win. All right. Next up, it's Matty Ice and those Green Bay Packers versus Tazzarelli and the Saints. Now, Matty Ice just doesn't have the team around him. I know Farquhar talked about that last week. He just don't have the right pieces that fit his play style. Mm-hmm. But he almost got him a nice win last week. And I picked him to win last week, and I'm going to pick him again. Matty Ice is going to figure it out, and he beats Tazzarelli and those Saints.
Shout out Matty Ice. Shout out Tazzarelli. I'm going with them Saints this week. Tazzarelli, show me up, bro. Tazzarelli.
All right. Next up is Chris Murray, our homie with the Raiders, going against Skill Trade and the Chiefs. Now, we all know the Raiders have not had a good year, but I think he's got some things in the works to move some pieces, make some decisions to make Oakland the team it was 2 years ago. And he gets Skill Trade this week, and it's going to be a good test to see if Murray's got them Raiders going in the right direction. And I'm going to pick the Raiders to beat the Chiefs this week.
This is definitely a toss-up game for me. I like what you said about Chris Murray with the opportunity to make some. He has two right now as of week 15. As of week 16, he has 2 top 5 picks.
Yeah.
2. So I've been trying to negotiate with him because I need one of those. I'm trying to move up in that top 5 spot, or top 10 period. So he's definitely got some. He's got some pieces. He can make some moves there to either snag the player that he wants, or snag multiple young players to get ready for the 2024 season. So but with that being said, skill trade, make me happy, bro, and I need this fucking win. Chiefs with the win this week.
Chiefs with the win. All right. Next up, it's the Miami Dolphins going to Buffalo to play Lord Farquaad and the Bills. Now, Lord Farquaad had a tough game last week versus the Browns.
Ugly game.
Just couldn't get anything going on offense. Way too many turnovers. And when you do that against the Browns, he just jumps on you too quick.
Absolutely.
It's hard to come back against him. But you get one of your favorite teams you love to beat on. It's the Dolphins. And that's exactly what Farquaad is going to do. He's going to beat up on the Dolphins this week.
All respects to my man Mo Booker down there in Miami. I'm not going to talk trash about him because this will be a trap game that I will lose if I give him that motivation. I'm not going to do it. It's always a close game with him and I, though. It is a close game, and then somehow I tend to pull out, last 2 quarters or so. But this could very well be a trap game for me. But Bills with the win this week, man.
Bills with the win. All right, next up, it's H-Town and those Rams going against police officer John himself and the Philadelphia Eagles. Now,
that's the donut, man.
Man, the Rams, he is mad this week because the Dallas Cowboys ran all over him. I think, and look, my backup running back had 197 yards rushing.
Oh, my gosh.
That's on 20 carries. That's filthy.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes, sir. That was filthy. He just couldn't get tackled. I don't know what was going on with H-Town. His linebackers just seemed slow. Secondary couldn't finish the tackle.
And the Eagles like to run the football too. Uh-oh.
But H-Town's not having 2 bad games in a row, and he's got a chance to still make the playoffs, but he needs to win these last 2 games.
Yeah.
So I hate to say this, John, but you about to get the most focused H-Town Rams that we have seen all year, and the Rams go into Philly and get him a win.
I like that pick, man. I'm going to piggyback off of that, man. A focused H-Town is a dangerous H-Town. Anyone focused in this league is dangerous. But with the OGs that I've seen last 2 matches, when they're focused, they're damn near unbeatable. I'm going with the homie H-Town also, man, with the win.
No doubt. Next up, it was my second pick for Game of the Week. But both the Cowboys and the Giants pretty much are in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So I picked a different game. The Cowboys, welcome to the playoffs. We clinched our spot last week with the win.
Congrats, bro.
We in. Now, the Giants got embarrassed last week against a team he has no business losing to, the Steelers.
There was complaints there, though. There was complaints. There was complaints, but at the same time, the game of football is all about making the proper adjustments.
Okay, I'm glad that you just said that because I'm gonna bring that up.
Adjust.
So my homie up there in Chicago pointed that out. Yes, we do have rules in the Dynasty that need to be followed, period. But users, you got to adjust when a player is playing a certain way.
Absolutely.
To pick up on his tendencies and shut it down.
Absolutely.
Now, there are plenty of users that wish the Steelers play like that when they come to town. Because if you run the drag route against me 35 times, first off, your injury report is going to be full because I'm hit sticking everything. Plus, I'm picking off a bunch. But the Giants need this win because if the Cowboys win this game, I pretty much win the division, which was goal number 1 going into this year. So I'm picking my Cowboys to go in New York and beat the Giants.
I'm sorry, bud. I was a little distracted. I had a naked female walk past my eyesight. I'm sorry, bud. But who did you pick?
Farquaad,
Focus.
focus.
I'm sorry, buddy. Who did you pick? Who'd you pick?
You know I picked the Cowboys.
Cowboys? Oh, come on. I mean, I'm sorry, man. I got very distracted over here. Yo, Dallas with the win this week, bro.
Dallas with the win. All right, next up is Farquad and I's second favorite user. It's El Guapo and the 49ers going against the big homie and the New England Patriots. See, this is an easy pick for me. Patriots with the win.
Man, I feel like this may be a trap game. But like I said a few episodes ago, I will never, ever, 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 ever pick El Guapo to win anything as long as I'm on this show. I don't care. I did it once. I will never do it again. Patriots with the win, man.
Yes, sir. All right. Next up is nicknamed himself Sunshine, the last Mohican, Butters, Jet Sim Game, going against Andy and those Jaguars. This is going to be a tough game for Sunshine. And you know, I love the Jets. I just like how that guy plays Madden.
Yeah, he's a good user.
But he's going to catch an L this week. Jaguars with the win.
Man, I wish we can, yo, Dion, find that picture when we throw this segment up there that SJ put up of the L.
With the L on his hat.
Yeah, the L on his hat. Put that up when we do this segment, bro.
Yeah, no doubt.
Because he definitely going to hold that L. Jets going to hold that L, bro.
No
Andy
doubt.
Force, Jags with the win this week.
Jags with the win. All right, next up, it's the before-mentioned Steelers going into Cincinnati and playing darkness with the Bengals. Now, the Giants know how to play offense, but the Bengals are a defensive team.
There you go.
I'm going to say this, HB. I love the YouTube when you play. You sound like you're finna die every time something happens. It's interesting. You better get in the lab this week and scout the Bengals, because if you bring that weak sauce, that elementary offense into Cincinnati, it's going to get ugly. I'm going with the Bengals and the win.
Man, you know what? I hate to do this, but I'm going to give the Steelers a win this week because for one, I feel like that's just what he knew. I actually watched some of his other league that he was in. I watched some of his old games on his YouTube channel from his other league, and he runs the same type of offense. He just likes to run, dink and dunk offense. And when you run that offense, I feel like that's all he knows. So as he hopefully starts to progress out of that, open up that playbook, he's still going to go with what he knows. And that dink and dunk offense is hard to stop. I mean, look at the real life NFL Patriots. That's all they, it's either toss into that tight end or dink and dunk to them, them receivers. And that's all I think not St. Louis. That's all Pittsburgh's going to do. I'm sorry, Darkness, but I think it may be a close game, but I'm going to give this game to the Steelers, man. The homie, the newcomer, is going to squeeze out another one with that ridiculous elementary school style offense that he runs. He's going to win it this week.
Darkness, don't let me down, man. I'm counting on you, Darkness. All right, next up, we got the Texans versus the Vikings.
I'm ready for this game, bro.
Okay. Now, I've played the Vikings quite a bit in this league. We used to be in the same division, and he's got a lot of talent. But I think the Texans is a little pissed off this week.
He's fired up.
He's a little fired up. Somebody calling him out this week. We won't talk about that user. Sitting like, I saw a little thing on there how to tell time. I mean, come on, man. Just
disrespectful.
Just disrespectful. I love the picture you put out with the pig holding the little pinwheels out the car.
Him so nice.
Man, I'm sorry, but the Vikings gonna get a pissed off Texans team. Texans with the win.
Hamilton, bro, man, I feel like you're gonna get the ship right these last couple seasons going into Madden 18. I think you're gonna get the ship right. But this week against these Texans, I don't know, bro. I think Texas is gonna hand it to you, man. Texas with the win.
Next up, it's the Dynasty Game of the Week.
I be giving out L's, ayy. I be giving out L's. I be giving out L's, ayy. I be giving out L's.
It's the defending Super Bowl champion Detroit Lions.
Let's get it.
AKA, there's still a chance
KP.
going against my homie up in Chicago with those Bears. Now,
Good game.
the Bears have already sold up the division. It's his. Done. But the Lions got to win out and ask for some help from some other users to get into the playoffs. Now, last week, we put the nail in the coffin for the Lions and said it was a done deal. It's a wrap. But I did look at the tiebreaker situation. I looked at the scheduling. He does have a chance to make it into the playoffs.
Very slim.
It's a slim chance.
I still don't think he'll do it. He needs too much help.
Here's the problem, though. He's got to play the Bears this week, and the Bears get the win to slam the door shut on the Lions season. Get ready for the draft.
Now, I just said that he will. He's got too much work to be done, and he will not make the playoffs. But he fights and lives to fight another day this week, because I've got the homie KP beating them Bears in a close game for Dynasty Game of the Week. I've got him winning this game, but the door closes in his face week 17. Bears Bears with the L, Lions with the win this week.
Wow. He needs it. All right, next up, it's the homie Hot Tub. It's the Broncos going against the disappearing act Chargers. If you thought it was getting any better in San Diego, it's not. It's not. Now, he got a win last week, but he didn't play Hot Tub in the Broncos.
No, he did it.
Broncos get a big win this week. He's about to turn the gas on going into these playoffs.
If you're a smart user, I'm not even going to lay out the details of being a smart user or an owner or whatever in this league. If you're a smart owner and you can stay in the game against them, but you can beat the Broncos. If you're a smart owner, that's all I'm going to say. If you're a smart owner, you can beat the Broncos.
Okay. No free chicken on Total Access. That's against the rules.
With that being said, unless it's my division, I'm going to give you guys all the but outside of that, man, Hot Tub, I know you listening. Yo, throw up 60 points on this guy, man. O.C. McMichaels with over 300 yards, 4 to 5 touchdowns. And that's
that guy catches everything.
He's a receiver.
That dude catches everything. It don't even make any difference.
Yo, Andy, it's insane. But he's
crazy.
Putting up quarterback numbers, and he's a freaking wide receiver, man. Broncos dismantle the Chargers this week.
That's crazy. All right, next up, it's my favorite user, Mr. Gil Garza, going against Tone and those Seahawks. This is going to be a really good game.
I think so,
Going to be a good game. If you're a Buccaneers fan. You know I love the Seahawks. I love Tone.
Shouts out Tone. Great commission. Great co-commission.
Love him. But, man, he's got top Garza this week. Buccaneers with the win.
Shouts out again to Tone, man. That's one guy that stepped up when it comes to this league, man, and taking over. Big shout out to Tone Dog. He's just been less vocal and just more focused on getting things behind the league, which I love. When he's vocal, he's still the man. But so big shouts out to you down there in Seattle. With that being said, it's Top Garza. This will be a good game. Tone's a very good user. He can adjust. He's a very good owner. He's going to scout. But Top Garza with the win. He's going to be just too much for him. Top Garza.
Oh, it's the reason I'm trying to win a division and get number 2 seed, because I do not want to play him to the championship.
Absolutely, man.
I'm hoping he gets hurt somewhere.
But you can beat him. He's
playoff
beatable,
games.
I'm rooting for you this playoffs, bro. I'm rooting for you.
You know, Garza and I have been in 2 different leagues together.
Uh-huh.
We played quite a bit. I've never beat Garza.
Well, have to change.
I am 0-for. I'm 0-for. But I will tell you this. I got so much respect for that guy. Absolutely. What he has done with multiple teams and multiple leagues. Him, Hot Tub, and this next guy we about to talk about are the reason we keep working on our teams, because we know we can get to that level because those guys are doing it.
Oh, yeah.
And, of course, number 3 on the list for me It's King Vitamin and the Browns
King Vitamin.
going against the Lizard Kid with the Ravens. Can't be the Lizard King. You can't be a king till you win something.
Right.
And that's not happening this week because King Vitamin, he's getting a big win versus the Ravens.
Shouts out to the homie Top Vitamin, man. Served me up last week. He's gonna keep the train rolling into the playoffs, man. It's gonna be tough, man. He's a Super Bowl pick. He's definitely a Super Bowl pick for me. Also between going out that conference, it's between him and the either him or the Broncos. I think are gonna make that push, represent the AFC. But top the homie Top Vitamin with the big win this week.
Big win. All right. Those are week 16 picks. They just our opinion. Prove us right, prove us wrong. It's your boy Expert. With me always is the homie Farquad.
Let's get it.
We out.